By virtue of the powers vested in me as Vice-Chancellor, I hereby constitute this congregation of the University of the Witwatersrand, Johannesburg, for the conferment of degrees and granting of diplomas and certificates. It's my pleasure to address you today. Ideally, we should have had this in person, but given the current circumstances we find ourselves with, I'll address you virtually today. This is a very august occasion of conferring on you your qualification in one of the top 1% of universities in the world, and definitely a premier university on the African continent. Your commitment and persistence indeed paid off. You are now part of a group of illustrious vets equipped with a world-class education that will undoubtedly open many doors for you. You've had an extraordinary head start. You stand on the shoulders of many great leaders who have walked through these walls, inspired change, and left their mark on society. They are people with a passion for excellence, defenders of the truth and justice, and activists who change the world for good. You walk in the footsteps of 4 Nobel Prize winners: Nelson Mandela for peace, Sidney Brenner for medicine, Nadine Gordimer for literature, and Aaron Klug for chemistry. For almost 100 years, WITS has nurtured intellectuals and innovators, scientists and researchers, discoverers and originators, problem posers and problem solvers, critical and thought leaders. These are individuals who have gone on to punch above the weight in their world of work. Today, you have become a member of this prestigious group. You will now have to build your own legacy as the future leaders in society. You have the vet's edge. You have been equipped with the necessary academic, research, and professional education to reshape the future of our country, our continent, and the world. The networks you have developed, your curiosity, your desire to change the world for the better will make you a good leader and a real Vezi. You are our future leaders. You represent hope for us all. Vezis do make a disproportionate impact on our world. I urge you to hold dear the values of this great university as you journey through life. Remain curious and advance beyond your comfort zones. Ask questions about everything to everyone. Hold those in power to account. Speak truth to power. Think critically and independently. Value intellectual excellence. Serve through your social active citizenship as a catalyst for change. Be resilient and adaptable. Appreciate collaboration and collegiality. Foster democracy and cherish humanity. We live in an historic moment characterized by uncertainty and change. You are graduating in the middle of a global pandemic unseen in 100 years. Our young democracy and other democracies abroad are buffeted by challenges and civil challenges and civil unrest. Our society is plagued by inequality. Our economy is not performing as it ought to, with unemployment rising. Yet I remain hopeful because of you, because I know that great societies, both here and abroad, can flourish in times of flux and rapid changes. We are rapidly adapting to change in our personal, professional, and social spheres. This moment provides us with a moment to pause and reflect on our political, healthcare, and socio-economic challenges that plague this world. We need to reset the baton as we reimagine our common futures. You will play a pivotal role in this process. It will be by no means an easy feat, but you must master your collective courage and strength to seek hope in despair and seek knowledge in failure, build innovation in disorder, and thereby advance our common humanity for good. This ceremony presents a fortuitous moment of hope and inspiration, an opportunity to chart a new course that can propel us into a new beneficial world order that will serve the public for good, for the good of all people, for the good of our future generations, for the good of our country and the world, for the future of our economy, for the good of an inclusive community, for the advancement of our societies, and for the good of the environment and the climate. We'll do this for yesterday and today and for tomorrow, for all our collective futures, for good. But we'll only succeed if we are guided by our conscience, our ability to discern right from wrong, our morals, our ethics, and how we uphold the principles of good governance and leadership in all aspects of our lives. When developing new vaccines, let's put people before profit. When you hold public office, let's serve with honor and diligence. When we live in a democracy, let's respect the law, the courts, and public order. When we treat patients, let's provide them with the best care available. When we build bridges, let's do so to the best of our abilities. We look forward to walking the next leg of our journey as we approach our centenary in 2022. We'll continue to harness our intellectual resources for good. We'll continue to develop excellent graduates who advance society, conduct world-class research, and foster innovation, and use our location in Africa to lead from the global south. Finally, please allow me once again to congratulate you, your family, your loved ones, on your moment of this great achievement. This day is yours and represents a culmination of many years of hard work and dedication. Remember this moment. Savor it. Your graduation is an important milestone, which certainly will change your life forever. Today, candidates will be presented for degrees in the 5 faculties: the Faculty of Commerce, Law and Management, the Faculty of Engineering and the Built Environment, the Faculty of Humanities, the Faculty of Health Sciences, and the Faculty of Science. I award and confer degrees and granting of diplomas and certificates on the persons whose names appear in the graduation program. I call upon the Deputy Vice-Chancellor to introduce the deans.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor, for that introduction, and welcome to all the graduates and their families to this virtual graduation ceremony. It's a great pleasure to say a few words of congratulations on this major achievement. Of course, you should all be able to hug your family and friends and throw your caps in the air, but sadly, that is not to be. But I do hope that you are able to celebrate in your own way, because this is a major achievement. You've managed to obtain your degrees despite all the odds, and I'm sure it's been a difficult time for many of you. So once again, congratulations on this achievement. We have 6,712 students graduating in this cluster, of which 169 are PhDs and 876 are master's graduates. You've all now joined the ranks of being a graduate of WITS, which is an international leading research-intensive university. This degree gives you a passport to go out into the world and to make it a better place. WITS prides itself in its diverse student population. that is broadly representative of our country's demographic. This gives your graduation additional significance as well as additional responsibilities. So once again, congratulations on this major achievement. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I now have the honour to call upon the deans of each faculty to present candidates for degrees, diplomas and certificates.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, as Dean of the Faculty of Science, I have the honour to present candidates for degrees, diplomas and certificates. We are graduating a total of 39 PhD students. In addition, we are graduating students for the Master of Science degree by dissertation, the Master of Science degree by coursework and research report, the Bachelor of Science Honours degree, and the Bachelor of Science degree. In addition, we are also awarding candidates the postgraduate diploma in scientific studies. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, to the graduates in the Faculty of Science for 2021, I want to say, congratulations and very well done. You have made it to the finish line under extraordinarily difficult circumstances brought about by the pandemic. And for that, you should be very proud. Each year, the highlight for our students, parents, guardians, and loved ones is the WITS graduation ceremony held in this great hall, with all of the color and grandeur that is a part of the fabric of this university and that has been experienced and enjoyed by previous generations for over the past almost 100 years. Alas, the current circumstances have made it impossible for us to meet face to face. I hope that it will not dampen your celebrations. You should feel a great sense of accomplishments in graduating today. This is also an important occasion for our academics and the university staff. This, after all, is one of only few occasions in the academic year when we pull on our full academic attire in all of its splendor. This gown reminds us about the commitment to the ideals of the university, to the principles and the values that we must continue to strive toward: integrity, academic freedom, academic excellence, respect, tolerance, and compassion are only some of the values that we hold dear and that form the foundations of this great university. Values that I'm afraid are fast becoming scarce in everyday society, no matter which direction you look. Our academics and administrators work tirelessly to ensure that our WITS degrees are valuable and meaningful, and that we produce graduates who are not only academically qualified, but who are also educated more broadly about this world in which we live, and about the challenges that we face as a human nation. As university graduates, we have enormous responsibilities to work toward making this a better world for all. I don't believe that our degrees are simply a means for us to enrich ourselves narrowly, but to give back to society selflessly. And I hope that you will keep this in mind as you enter the wide world beyond the confines of this university. And as you do, please stay connected with your alma mater. In years to come, you will realize that these were probably the best years of your life. Many of you would have established lifelong friendships and partnerships, even business partnerships, while being at WITS. And some of you even find your lifelong partners at WITS. Whatever it takes, I encourage you to stay in touch because it will be rewarding. WITS has produced over 180,000 alumni, many of whom have gone on to have successful careers and have made leading contributions to society and the world in which we live. You will now be joining this very special group of WITS graduates. Some of our alumni come back to WITS to share the successes with the new generations of students, which is always very inspiring. Some come by to give an occasional seminar and so on. Some of our alumni host students as interns, or better still, employ them in businesses and organizations that they lead. I hope that you too will find ways in which you can ensure that Wits remains as a shining light on the Johannesburg skyline for many more decades, if not centuries to come. I would like to wish you all the very best in your lives ahead. There will be many challenges that you will encounter along the way. After climbing one hill, there will be more hills to climb. But of this I'm sure, your Wits education will be a lifelong experience that would have grounded you well to enable you to reach your goals and your dreams. Go well. Thank you.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the students for the degree Bachelor of Science Honours. Samil Amraram, Aril Batunsky, Ryan Berman, Jan Bonman, Skulile Buthelezi, Ashmira Chana, Kryan Chetty, Cyril Chironda, Rhys David, Chad DeBrain, Jess Flom, Daniel Foley, Sarah Fox with distinction, Dimitri Gonatas, Jing Gong, Kashmir Gopal, Nishka Gopal, Keegan Israel, Rowain Ivasen, Yusuf Jasat, Hashna Jiven, Chirag Katawaru, Munir Khan, Yasia Khan, Okukhanya Khumalo, Jolet Kubai, Andrew Lately, Susan Lawrence, Jess Leiboff, Mohammed Mahdi, Charisma Megan, Khakemungwe Malifo, Penyo Maputse, Unalina Mawande, Ariel Mazapo with distinction, Elona Mbaise, Soban Makloski, Itumeleng Mufukeng, Kulufelo Muhale, Muchalo Mokwara, Makawe Sibi, Laiba Mohammed Ibrahim, Dashlin Naidu, Dallin Naidu with distinction, Luvo Nzenze, Rendani Ngwake, Kishan Padayachi, Alexia Pasculo, Divyesh Patel, Barak Peretz, Gift Rakubela, Charushka Ramlal, Matthew Ravenscroft, Daryl Renfield, Tyron Ruthel, Khozo Sebueng, Nabila Sadat, Rochelle Shea, Ariel Smith with distinction, Daniel Sussman with distinction, Yunus Saeed with distinction, Ricky Wapnick, Milena Veltemichael, Jared Wolf with distinction, Jimmy Yuan, Tom Zitoun. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the students for the degree Bachelor of Science. Jonah Olta, Mohammed Amot, Dino Anastopoulos, Tsehofasho Apan, Guy Azelrod with distinction, Nasim Ayop, Adrian Azi, Nicholas Bard, Takalani Bambera, Refensi Bane, Gulam Banji, Michael Buchman with distinction, Luyanda Blom, Leo Bokolo Lubov, Leni Bohoshi, Mihai Branka Peku with distinction, Michael John Brewer, Jesse Bristow with distinction, Mokhetwa Bodeli, James Channon, Lucky Chautane, Tsegofaso Chapule, Jadine Chetty, Jonas Chirinza, Viwe Dastile, Simon De Beer, Shikhar Danlal, Mapelu Dingane, Beginkosi Lamini, Mongezi Lamini, Kristen Douglas Henry, Dube Kaise, Sheldon Duffy, Christopher Duplessis with distinction, Dylan Durant, Jacqueline Duvenage with distinction, Alicia Illen, Dylan Evans, Tanduwazi Fadane, Philip Fisher, Daniel Flowers, Razin Gani, Nobile Goba, Michael Gomez with distinction, Lisin Gavenda, Veloshan Gavenda, Malande Greja, Stuart Grief with distinction, Sifiso Khadebe, Panayotis Bajipascalis with distinction, Stelios Hajimakos, Jared Harris Dewey, Abdullah Hassan, Siabonga Shlomuga, Jenna Lee Isarson, Rodane Iverson, Julian Jacobs, Iman Yusuf Ahmed, Dominique Joseph, Anjali Kalien, Shawaz Gapungu, Chantal Kekana, Kelebogile Gopotimetsi, Shirei Karatu, Begamandle Nkosi Khanyile, Sandile Kendle, Amanda Khoza, Khutso Kobela, Kabelo Kumape, Demi Kremer, Marcel Kruger, Shiluva Kubai, Anthony Kubeka, Revana Laljith, Tristan Leforestier, Arabile Letlake, Nicholas Levendis with distinction, Siabonga Lukele, Khotso Mabuta, Sakile Mabunda, Diani Mabunda, Mancoba Mabuza, Philip Madi, Nosipho Madlala, Takani Matsibandila, Freddy Mayepa, Tandogazi Makenuga, Nkolisi Magwaza with distinction, Chieza Mahuku with distinction, Bakang Majova, Tobelani Makeleni, Manda Makabu, Khaukhelo Makofane, Thabo Makula, Lerato Mokopoi, Munashe Makosa, Khoitse Oni Malikuntu, Mthobisi Malembe posthumously. Dlalala Maluleke, Ndibo Mamathuba, Thabiso Mamba, Xolani Maseko, Tsekgofatso Masha, Siyabonga Masinga, Ramoabi Matabane, Khumucho Mathabata, Muziwake Mathebula, Senamile Mathenjwa, Nhlanhla Matye, Johanna Matlua, Mishek Mabungu, Bongumusa Mavuso, Sismelele Mayila, Rishan Mazid, Yanga Mazindaba, Alec Mbanga, Donald Mbara, Siyabulela Mbi, Uratile Mekgwe, Ramtin Mesgari, Amitai Meyowitz, Nosipho Mfusi, Phelokazi Mhlamvu, Manqoba Mhlanga, Nqobile Mhlanga, Doron Mindel, Siphosethu Mkhatshane, Marcus Khomazi, Sibusiso Mkhombe, Titi Mlambo, Mboyi Ndayedzo, Lungile Mngomezulu, Tuthuko Mngomezulu, Khangelani Nguni, Tswaitswai Muchaki, Lebogang Muche, Israel Muyeti, Darlington Mukhaki, Murapati Mukhale, Koketso Mohale, Phesi Mohlala, Tsekofatso Mohlala, Tebogo Mojela, Tukelo Mokwaledi, Maluse Mokwena, Kiabetswe Molipatsi, Molefe Molefe, Reo Rapetsi Molefe, Makgetwa Malepo, Rahujana Mulutsi, Devashan Mutli, Mahlatse Murapedi, Khomotso Moremi, David Muswedi, Leila Mutawung, Siraj Mutawung, Lisedi Mutibe, Tsepang Mutsosi, Ngwako Muwasa, Tlantla Mpere, Kabelo Mphelo, Philani Mpofu, Kilolo Muaku, Nicholas Mua, Prince Muleya, Walter Musara, Kosinati Musida, Claudius Mutebe, Mufumuti Mutibi, Sizwe Mzila, Ashmerin Naika, Davinia Naidu, Kielin Naidu, Kishalin Naidu, Priyanka Naidu, Tashin Naidu, Kimon Naidu, Michaela Narothin, Xabiso Ncanywa, Siphesihle Ndlovu, Mulaberesi Ndobeni, Mpho Nefare, Tarifani Nekumbe, Ankonisaho Nenungi, Andani Nechibangani, Given Nebutaru, Themba Ngobeni, Duduzile Tlapo, Taluki Kapo, Nkomo Musitsitsi, Shamil Kosi, Talia Okus, Erin Olewakin, Osikoya Oluwatemilade, Max Parkin with distinction, Khushbu Patel, Cameron Pather, Katlego Penyenye, Tando Peter, Teokaran Pile, Zinhle Kabengu, Masipa Rashidi, Thabo Khadebe, Lisigo Ragwale, Gevi Ramahanelo, Mike Ramayila, Kime Ramnaren, Dineo Ramakotwane, Funzo Rampabana, Tieho Ramfure, Andani Ramulongo, Thabo Ranamane with distinction, Patrick Rasimbi, Chireletso Ravele, Cameron Raid, Jesse Raid, Simon Richards, Masingisa Rikhotso, Kateko Rikhotso, Simon Rusin, Hurisani Robolo, Nadia Salgado, Samuel Sapie, Charlotte Savage, Kabero Sialeta, Roshan Sijarim, Beatrice Seifed, Tabiso Segita, Kaoni Senulelo, Lungsani Skulukulu, Fundo Shabang, Justice Shai, Busisiwe Sibia, Muhammad Siddiqui, Jahufajo Skosana, Moses Sitole, Chloe Smith, Christiane Smith, Hank Smith with distinction, Tato Soti, Ahmad Soni, Blessing Sort, Victor Spiro, Mark Strickett, Jacob Tika with distinction, Knowledge Tamaha, Zuyata Tangaburero, Nondumiso Tango, Hoseatla Tema, Nicholas Tomatakis with distinction, Bushokwa Tiro, Catherine Trekoning, Kumo Tsahaye, Ayanda Shabalala, Futari Chabungwe, Vanda Tutya, Sisipo Twalo, Unesake Va, Arthur van der Spey with distinction, Bianca van Rinen, Chicocho Vicente, Michael Vogt, Timothy Walters, Shannon Whitlock, Betessa Veldenburg, Boyan Wu, Patricia Zongololo, Kilebukhile Zulu, Notando Zulu.
Good day, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of our esteemed senior executive team and academic staff, and a special greeting to our graduates and viewers joining us remotely for today's graduation ceremony. In no version of our world ever did I expect to be participating in a graduation ceremony in which our renowned Great Hall was not packed to the brim with graduates and their loved ones. Graduation is the culmination of your academic journey and a time to recognize and celebrate the enormous amount of hard work and dedication that you have invested into your education. It is exceptionally unfortunate that I cannot address you in person. With that being said, please feel free to leverage the power of technology and social media and post some pictures and videos of how you are celebrating your graduation with all COVID protocols in place. Do not forget to use the hashtag #VITSI4Life. My name is Stacey Lee Bolon, and I'm the president of the WITS Convocation Executive. Convocation is a body established officially under the university statutes to represent graduates of the university, as well as the registrar, full-time permanent members of the academic staff, professors emeriti, and retired staff. I would therefore like to take this opportunity to welcome you, WITS graduates, as the newest members of our convocation. You have now officially joined the ranks of some 200,000 members of WITS Convocation. Membership of Convocation is free and gives its members unique privileges, which includes, for example, nominating the Chancellor of the University. Our Convocation Executive mandates that the Convocation Exco discusses and states its opinion upon any matters relating to the University, including matters referred to it by Council, allowing for the views of this body to be represented at the highest levels of governance of the University. Convocation acts as an official channel, allowing members to convey to the university management their views about the university, and thus forms a vital link between the university and the global community in which it operates. This is, of course, of vital importance as the long-term reputation of our university impacts the value of the WITS degree in the market. Graduates, in your hand you hold the great gift of education. May I implore you to use your knowledge, your degree, to the best of your ability in pursuit of fulfilling your life's ambition. Today you enter the world as a graduate from one of the greatest universities on the African continent. You enter into a world filled with many challenges, but a world that is also filled with limitless possibilities. May you meet all the challenges and opportunities that await you with pride, drive, passion, innovation, social conscience, and positive purpose. Now that you are a WITS grad, please remain responsible. Whilst we certainly focus today's attention on our newest grads, it is also fitting to recognize those that have helped our grads through their academic career. Many of you have been supported financially, and it is likely that all of you have been supported with a great deal of encouragement. I would like to extend recognition to your loved ones, moms, dads, gogos, umkulus, and everyone else that has supported you through your academic journey. Please take the time to include and celebrate your achievement with those that have supported you. I would also like to spend a moment and extend thanks to the WITS academic team who have dedicated their time to teaching our future leaders. Thank you. Last night, you would have received an email to your student email address. Please ensure that you check this email and complete our graduate exit survey and provide us with your updated email details. This survey will take you about 5 minutes to complete and will assist in informing university policies and plans. I look forward to checking out social media to see how you're celebrating your graduation. #VITSI4Life. Please remain in contact with us, follow us on social media platforms, and join us for discussions, debates, and updates on LinkedIn. Wishing you the very best of luck in your future pursuits. We hope that you make us proud. And whatever you do, just remember, you got your edge at WITS.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the proceedings for today. And now, by virtue of the powers vested in me as Vice-Chancellor and Principal, I hereby dissolve this congregation of the University of the Witwatersrand, Johannesburg.
But when